Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There are two types of people. Those who are responsible and those who are irresponsible. Irresponsible people are those who put all the burden on the poor Guru. Guru Maharaj, lift me. See? And all the time bothering that poor Guru. Therefore, you will see everywhere they glorify the Guru to such an extent that the net result is that the seekers of truth, they become more and more lazy. Guru Maharaj, please lift me. I have come at your feet. Now it is your problem. No, these are irresponsible people. There are responsible people also, like all of you. Say thank you. See, these responsible people, they work on themselves. See, we have to work on ourselves. Nobody can work on us. See, friends, like we can take the horse to the waters. You can't compel the horse to drink the water. The horse will make water. What will you do? See, friends, therefore, those who are seeking, they look outwards. And those who want to discover, they look within. Whenever we seek something, we pretend or we imagine that there is something. We don't know whether it is or not. And then we go with a doubt and suspicion in our mind. See? Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was approached by his disciple who later became Vivekananda. He was sent a message, "Hey Narendra, you have not come for so many days, what happened?" So when that young boy came, he said, "Thakur, you are too much attached to me. You cannot live without me. You sent me a special message." So that time the great master told, "Look here, my dear, you accept me as your guru under suspicion and doubt. But I know what you are." So the Guru has discovered someone extraordinary in that Narendra. But the Narendra was seeking. Seek we always outside. Discover we always inside. That which is sought, we have to put efforts. That which is discovered, we have to drop efforts. In Patanjali Yoga Darshan, there is one sutra which is followed after the sutra defining asana. Patanjali says, what is asana? Asana is Sthira Sukham Asanam. Sthira Sukham, steady bliss. Ours are steady blisters. Blister. Steady bliss. Sthira Sukham Asanam. If you are at peace with yourself, you have perfected the asana. Tirasukamasana. How to achieve that? The next sutra tells immediately. There are two techniques. One technique, Prayatna Shaithilya. Prayatna Shaithilya is getting rid of efforts in life. See, because whenever we put efforts, we are not normal, number one. Whenever we put efforts, we are struggling, number two. Whenever we put efforts, Mr. I is born. To understand this, take an example. Imagine I am a teacher and I am teaching military drill to the new recruits, and I am a commander teaching them left, right. And some person has done a gross mistake, so I will punish him. Now what a military commander will give punishment? Put on 20 kilos of backpack, heavy shoes, and the rifle on your head with two hands, and run around the parade ground 100 times. Punishment, because he has done a mistake. Suppose I am a Sanskrit teacher and one student has done a mistake. I will punish him, I won't leave. Spare a rod and spoil the child. So I have to punish him. So as a Sanskrit teacher, what punishment will I give? Write down Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit 2100 times. 2100 times writing Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit. Right from the beginning, Dhritarashtra was Dhru, how to write Dhru? See? Suppose I am a yoga teacher and you have done some mistake, so I will punish you. Punishment will be, you do 21,000 Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Punishment. What the student, oh God, 21,000 Anulom Vilom Pranayam, my nose will be detached from my face. I can't do it. Okay, do it 2100 times. No way, sir. Okay, do it 21 times at least. Okay, and then he will start pumping the air. After he has done it for 5-6 times, then I tell him, hey, come on, stop, enough. Thank you, sir. Then I will ask him a question. Do you know how many times you breathe per day? Per minute we breathe, if we are normal, 15 times. So 24 hours we breathe 200 and 1600 times every day. Has anybody ever told, I am damn tired of breathing, I am not going to breathe? But when you are told, breathe 2100 times, why are you tired? Because breathing happens. Pranayam is done. Whenever you do something, I is born. Whenever you do something, efforts are involved. Whenever you do something, you are tired. See? How simple it is. Whales cannot breathe on their own below the water. Every time the whale has to come out and breathe and then go inside. You must have seen the whales, they spray the waters outside. Imagine if it was like us, we have to remember that we have to breathe. Nobody will live more than 3 days. Oh, I forgot. Therefore, wherever there are efforts, we are tired, wherever there are efforts, we are not normal. But if we are normal, we even don't recognize that we are breathing. And those who have got, let us take asthma. And what is this? Saptaswara, is it classical? No, I can't breathe. Whenever you put efforts, you are not normal. See, friends. Therefore, whenever you seek something, you are going the wrong way. Don't seek. The question is, what are we seeking? In our life, what are we seeking? All of us are seeking the same thing. And there are two techniques of seeking that. So what we are all seeking is happiness. And the two techniques are involvement and withdrawal. These two techniques. For example, a person gets married. For what? You know the results. Nobody gets married to become miserable. It's a different issue. That is not our topic. See? So we get involved, we get married for getting happiness, and there are some others, they want to separate, they divorce. Divorce is also for what? For the same purpose, to get happiness. After that, again the same mind tells, I think, I should get married. It is not possible to live alone. So again, second time that person gets married, again for happiness. Then he comes to realize, the first was better. The known enemy is better than the unknown friend. In short, whatever we do, we are seeking happiness. People keep on eating up to nose. For what? For happiness. There are people who observe fast. 21 days, no food, no water. TV, camera and all that. For what? Only for happiness. So conclusion is, whatever we do or we don't do, we are all seeking happiness. But it is a misplaced search. See, these are the things which we have to discover inside, not outside. See, every day morning at about 4 o'clock, I want a cup of tea. Wherever I go, those people keep the electric kettle and things ready. So morning, others are sleeping comfortably, like a ghost. I get up and prepare my cup of tea. Now, if I don't get it, 4 o'clock onwards, my mind starts the alarm. Tick, 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 tick. I'm so disturbed. And then I get a cup of tea. Aha! Now this experience I conclude. When I had no tea, I was miserable. When I got a cup of tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness has come from tea. Conclusion. But if we inquire, if happiness is the alkaloid of tea, like caffeine, tannin is the alkaloid in tea, in the same manner, if happiness is the alkaloid in tea, everybody having a cup of tea should have discovered happiness, but it doesn't happen. But I can't deny my own experience. When I take a cup of tea, I am happy. I can't deny that. So we analyze further. Now where from that happiness is coming? See? Then we conclude, whenever the mind is disturbed, we are unhappy. Whenever the mind is undisturbed, we are happy. So, when you seek happiness, you go outside in the world. But when you discover happiness, you stop your sorties in the worldly things. Because now you are discovered. And this discovery of happiness is possible by very, very simple technique. And that technique is, we must learn from every experience of our life. When we learn and when we don't learn, what happens? See? When something happens or some interaction, what is that happens to our mind? Either we like that thing or we dislike that thing. See? Like today, we are supposed to start at 6 o'clock, it became delayed for God's will. Now, we can have two options. Either we like, dislike, one option, or we learn. Whenever we learn from our experience, impression is not formed. Take your day-to-day example. This is what is called as discover within. Seek outside, discover within. Now this example is very common, you all have done it, we have done it. In our childhood, sometime we have touched the fire, either the candle or something, and we got burnt. So we have learned, even as a child, that the fire burns. And therefore, we have no liking or disliking for the fire, because we have learned. See, friends, the day we understand this principle, that real discovery within begins when the process of learning is kept intact till the last moment of our life. Learn. One example I'll give you. This happened in India. One South Indian family, I was invited for food. So, when I went, they had one daughter, maybe about 7 years or so. So, I went there. Then in the morning only we left. So, before going, I don't like peace, I like chaos. When you like chaos, you can never be miserable. If you like peace, you will be miserable, inside, outside, both the places. So, before leaving, I went to her, I said, hey, we are going out for something. Don't you ask your dad to get you something in the evening when we come back? Ask him something, chocolate or something like that. He said, okay, Swami. She went, Papa, in the evening when you come, please bring for me a nice big chocolate bar, okay? Papa said, okay beta, I'll bring. We finished our day, we came back, I have seen he has not bought. Then after coming home, I went to her. Fun is like this, you know. You have to discover fun. So I went to her, I said, hey, see, your daddy has brought a chocolate for you. And she came, Papa, my chocolate. Oh God, I have forgotten. No, I didn't bring it. Then I expected a big, firework. But nothing happened. That girl went back and I was a total failure. I can't accept my failure. So, again I went to her. I said, hey, your daddy didn't bring anything, didn't you feel bad? He said, no, Swamiji. If he brings something, then there is a surprise. I have given 100% discount to my father. Now see, the small child has learned that when daddy says, I will do something, he never does it. So instead of becoming angry, why don't you learn? Give a discount and be happy. See, that small girl was my guru. See, friends, one or two examples I'll give about this. How we don't learn in our life and suffer. Once I was on Singapore airport and one youngster, he happened to see me. Hey Swamiji, how come you are here? I said, by default. Now what can you talk? How come you are here? He said, you go around the world and give talks on Gita, Upanishad to so many places, but if people don't change, don't you feel bad about it? I said, am I mad to feel bad? Why? I said, do you know something? The prayer of a doctor, do you know what is the prayer? Sarve bhavantu roginaha. No doctor wants a healthy person around. If the persons are healthy, the doctor becomes a patient. So, no doctor ever prays Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. No, Sarve Bhavantu Rogina. So that their business continues. So what? I said in the same manner, our prayer is the same thing. Sarve Bhavantu Ajnaninaha. We survive on your ignorance. Kindly maintain that level so that our market is maintained. Friends, God could not change us. Can we change others? Where He failed, we will succeed. See, friends, the day you start expecting anything from anybody in this world, you have guaranteed miseries in your life. See, friends, if you learn this, you have discovered happiness. Most of us are miserable only because of this. One girl, now she is a lady, must be about 45. Somewhere she met me and I was going for a walk. Swamiji, may I join with you? I said, okay. I don't entertain question answers, it's all rubbish. But then she said, Swamiji, you never asked me about myself. I said, I don't want to know. I said, you are not Rama, Krishna to know about you. If you know something about Bhagavan Krishna, you will get punya. Knowing about you, what will I get? I do not know. No, Swamiji, I want to tell. I said, okay, I am ready to suffer. She started. I was that time hardly 20 or 19. My father died and I had two sisters and one brother younger than me. No source of income. So I had to do some job and I had taken care of my both the sisters, educated them, got them married. My brother, I got him educated, got him married. Now I am about 40 plus. I said, are you suggesting me to marry you? You are dialing a wrong number. No, Swamiji. How can you say like that? I said, then she started bringing, Triveni Sangam, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. And started telling, Swamiji, when I go to my sister's place, they clearly tell on my face, Didi, please don't come to our house, our husband do not like you. When I go to my brother's place, he clearly tells, my wife is allergic to you, don't come. And again started, Swamiji, I have done so much for them. Why this is happening? Why they are telling to go away? I said, I wish I can also go away. Friends, please remember, discover this joy. Whatever we do in our life, nobody needs it. It is our need that we do something in life. When we were not in this world, there was nothing lacking. When we will leave this world, there will be nothing lacking. If you don't trust me, leave and see. But ahankara vimudhatma kartamiti manyate. We have that arrogance because of me the world is moving. See, friend, discover this. And the discovery is within, not without. We are seeking happiness outside. See? And because of this, we keep on accumulating things. If you go to your houses, I have seen more houses than you have seen. Because around the year I am moving, on an average, in a year, I take food in 365 multiplied by 3 houses. So visit so many houses. There are so many things in those houses which are never used. One example. One Tamilian family in US or some other country, and they are the Ayers, so Shaiva. Just near the door before we go, they had one very big, that Nataraj, huge one. And near the door, there is to be one small bowl where there is vibhuti. So before going out, he will put little vibhuti, so people think he has taken bath. Otherwise, they don't take bath. So that was one day when we were going, that katori was not there. He shouted to his wife, "Hey, what happened to that? I had to put on vibhuti." I said, "Look here, be cool." Then on that Nataraj, from his hand, I did like this thing. Take vibhuti. Since it was bought and kept there, never even a tissue paper was moved on that. So much things accumulated. Is it not? You just see in your own house how many things we have collected which we never use. The reason is sense of insecurity. There is a friend of mine, both of them are psychiatrists, he is retired, she has taken another job. This is happening in somewhere in Europe. One day I went with her for shopping. I like shopping. So she went to buy the things and all that. There are only 2 in house. I was the 3rd person. And when we went to buy the vegetables and things, she was buying as if I am a buffalo and going to eat so much. So the palak, what you call spinach. Spinach she bought 5 kg. This cauliflower at least 3-4 kg, huge ones, I said, "Mama, what for?" He said, "We are going to eat it." I said, "Look here, I am a human being." And then when we went home, I told her, her husband, separately, I said, "Hey Mahatma ji, is your wife a patient of depression?" He said, "Swamiji, she is a psychiatrist." I said, "That doesn't stop her from being depressed." Can you say, if somebody is a heart specialist, he will not get a heart attack? It's not like that. But why do you say like that? I said, she is extremely insecure, therefore she goes on buying the things. There are many people who cannot survive without shopping every day. That is only because of depression, sense of insecurity. Then he asked me, Swamiji, did you study psychiatrist? I said, no. I know three things: psychologist, psychotherapist, and psychiatrist. Psychologist construct the castles in the air, psychotherapist goes and treats, and psychiatrist collects the fees. Friends, the day you discover this, we are unnecessarily gathering things around us. One of the simple technique, try. Empty yourself. Reduce the contents and see the joy, discover. This I have learned and discovered. In Bombay, earlier I was staying in one house. It was called as house, but it was hardly 10 by 10, 1.5 room. Somebody's house I was staying. Now that friend of mine, he said, Swamiji, this is too small for you. I said, I am not a big person, it is enough for me. Because it is small, nobody comes also, I am happy about it. He said, no, I have to buy a big flat for you, and he bought a big flat for me. So I said, now you have done the mischief. Now you pack my books. I have got only luggage is books. All my books you pack and shift there. He packed about 30-40 cartons and nicely and shifted to the new house. One room was completely packed with that. Every time I go, I used to look at them, oh God, I think this time I don't have time, next time I will do. Close the door. It continued for 3 years. But the burden of those books unpacked and properly kept was on my head all the time. And one day what I did, I wrote an email to one of my friends who is in charge of a big library, a university's library, and I said, hey, there are so many rare, wonderful books on many topics, not only spirituality, but many topics. So I want to donate it to your library. So kind make arrangements and take it. He did it, and he wrote me an email. Swamiji, next time you come, that time you will have to sign on the paper so that it becomes a proper record for us. The moment he sent me the email and I read, I tell you, I felt as if, where was the burden? Discover this. We keep on accumulating things, number one. We keep on carrying the burden of relations. We all talk about ego. What is an ego? See? Ego means a mule carrying the burden of total past possessions and relations. That mule is called as ego. Now just observe. When we talk to somebody, what we talk? Either we talk about our past possessions or our relations. That is what we are. More the age, more the possessions, more the relations. Stronger the ego. Stronger the ego, very vulnerable to be miserable. Old people become hurt very quickly. Small kids don't get hurt because there is no past, no possessions, no relations, no ego. Therefore, they don't get disturbed too much. But oldies like me, if somebody says something, I have seen hundreds like you. See, friends, when we discover this, that when we carry, be attentive, zero possessions and zero relations, we are happiest. Example, our own deep sleep. In deep sleep, we have nothing. In deep sleep, we are nobody. Therefore, we are happy. See, friends. So the happiness that we all experience in deep sleep, does it come from the possessions? It cannot, because we don't have anything. Does it come from the relations? It cannot, because we are not related to anybody that time. But still, we all experience happiness. So when we come to recognize this is called as discovery of happiness within. But instead of discovering this happiness within, we are seeking without. And in things and beings. See, friends. These things, friends, we have to learn in our life. What I am telling you is not from books. Learn from everybody's life. Many people ask us, Swamiji, you never tell about your past. I said, I don't have past. No, but yesterday I told in PE, one child, small girl, she asked me this question. Swamiji, I want to ask you something confidential. Small girl, hardly 5-7 years. What is that? What is your date of birth? Everybody told me you never tell anybody. But I know you will tell me. I said, yes, you are perfectly right. I'll tell you. But on one condition, you are not going to tell anybody. Okay? Yes, Swamiji, promise. I will not tell anybody. Then I told her. Then she was so happy. Went to mommy. Mommy, you tell Swamiji doesn't tell. He told me. But he told me also not to tell anybody. But you are my mother, so I'll tell you. Cute, you know. Such a joy. At this moment, you have discovered happiness. You are not happy because you are rich, poor, man, woman, young, old, educated. You have discovered happiness. See? So, the mother said, okay, tell me, what is Swami's date of birth? 31st April. So the mother started laughing. Mom, why are you laughing? My dear child, there is no 31st April. Wow, Swamiji He cheated me. Okay, I'll also cheat him. And then she sent me one greeting card. My dear Swamiji, happy birthday, whenever it is. And at the end, now guess who am I? And below that, her name and address. See, friends, that innocence of the child, let us not allow to die in us. Innocence is directly proportionate to the divinity manifest in you. See, for us, even if somebody takes a screwdriver and puts in our armpit, even then we will not laugh. It is a sin to laugh. God has created man only for laughing. No other purpose. Whole life we carry the burden of what? Learn, friends, learn. And when you start learning from every experience of your life, then you will grow wise. So when one person asked me, Swami, you never tell who is your guru. This happened on Bombay airport. One Sindhi gentleman, he came, next to me seat was free. He said, can I sit here? I said, I don't know. Now how can I know whether somebody can sit or cannot sit? I will sit. I said, okay. He said, Babaji, what is your name? I said, Babaji. You already called me. Then he asked me, who is your guru? So I touched his feet. I said, Guru Maharaj, क्यों मजाक कर रहे हो? Why are you making fun of me? You are my guru. Where are you going? I showed my ticket. I am going. The boarding pass. How do you pay for this ticket? I said, now people like you, when they meet me, will they go like that? They will always give dakshina, is it not? No, he was caught. Friends. Finally, he said, you are the second Mahatma who came in my life. One was Pragya Chakshu, Swami Sharananandaji Maharaj in Vrindavan. He was blind. He never spoke one word about himself. Not one word. Such a great master, he was blind. But what he says, like the fifth Veda, he has not studied books, nothing. Everything he has learned from his experiences. And with that blind status, he has gone, this I am telling you, in 1935. That time he had gone all the Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamunotri 5 times, blind man. That faith in God. So whenever anybody used to ask him about him, he said, who am I? God's creation. I have no presence. Everything is His. How can I say, I am so and so, or everything is God for me? See, friends, come to discover this. Every person, every experience is our Guru, provided we are able and ready to learn. See? If we cannot learn, even God cannot teach us. See, friends, that is what I told you. 2 types of people, responsible, irresponsible. Those who are irresponsible, they hang on the Guru. Guru Maharaj, uthao. No, you are responsible for your life. Learn, grow. Every experience is given to us by God only to learn and grow wise. See? And once this process of learning is intact in our heart, then in India, even the backside of a truck can be also your Guru, because their beautiful messages are printed on the backside of every truck. On one truck it was written in Hindi, I translated in English also, Buri Najar Wale, a person with a bad vision, Buri Najar Wale, अपनी नजर टेस्ट करा ले, check your vision. Nothing is bad in this world. Your vision is bad. See, the day you take this vow before Bhagwan Narayana, be attentive. Every day, only one line you write in a proper diary, and the name of the diary you give, what I have learned today. And before you go to sleep, whole day you live the way you want, but at the end of the day, just write down in one line on one page, today what I have learned, number 1, number 2, number 3. After 1 year, you would have grown tremendously wise. Then you will not seek happiness. You will discover happiness. See, friends. And discovery is always within. See? When we are seeking, we rush here and there. But when we discover, we go within. Now, is it not our day-to-day experience? Like, one person in Badrinath, a South Indian, his son brought that old man. That old man was a great devotee of Narayana. So, coming from all the way south to Badrinath and a terrible journey and cold, South Indians feel cold even when they look at the ice picture, they feel cold because it is so hot. So, in Badrinath it is terribly cold, actual ice all around. So with that he came and continuously chanting Narayana, 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 so happy. He could not even breathe, Narayana, Narayana, like that. And I have seen him. He climbed all those steps with great difficulty. Stood before Narayana, Badri Narayan Bhagwan, and put his hands together. Even did not look at the God. He closed his eyes and cried Narayana and left his body there on the spot. He came all the way from South India to see Narayana, but all of us know what we are seeking is not outside, it is within. See? It is for this purpose alone. When we go before the Lord, we close our palms together and bend our head and close our eyes. We are going all the way to see, but close our eyes because unknowingly we all know, my dear friends, truth is within, not without. This is the only purpose of our life. According to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhu atmaima ripuratmanaha. The purpose of our life is, in this very life, we must be an instrument through whom the Lord expresses in His full glory. There is no purpose of our life. One day, in one management group, that group was from one automobile industry, Mahindra and Mahindra, you must have heard the name. All those young engineers, I was addressing them, maybe about 100 of them. After that was over, then one boy got up and he said, Swamiji, I want to ask you a question, but this question is not on management what you spoke to us. Because you are a Swami and I never get a chance, so I want to ask you. Will you mind if you are asked something other than the topic you spoke? I said, okay, ask. He said, what is the purpose of our life? I said, please sit down. Then I asked him, I said, please tell me your qualification, because then in your language I will talk. See, Khaga hi jane khaga ki bhasha. If I had to talk to the bird, I must talk the bird's language. So he said, I am engineer. I said, very good. Which engineer? Are you a bricks and cement engineer? That is civil engineer? He said, no. I said, all right. Are you a software engineer? He said, no. Then I asked him, are you a screwdriver engineer, mechanical engineer? He said, yes, I am a mechanical engineer. I said, very good, you did my job. Easy. Then I told him, there was a box and there were 3 screwdrivers in that. And I wanted to tighten somebody's screw. Somebody means some machine. It was a slip of tongue. So I took the first screwdriver and tried to put the head of that screwdriver into the niche of that screw and tried to maneuver, but it will slip because the head was not proper. So what will I do with that screw? Discard it. Then I took the second one. The head fitted properly, perfectly well. I was very happy. Come on. Then when I was trying to move, only the handle was moving. Come on, I can't use like this thing. So that also I discarded. Then the third screwdriver was perfect as I wanted. I could tighten the loose the screw without much difficulty. Now out of these three screwdrivers, which screwdriver I will select? Third. Exactly the same way. Screwdriver doesn't have any purpose. The one who is wielding the screwdriver, he has the purpose. In the same manner, we are all screwdrivers. Purpose he has. Now he wants to take a screwdriver in the hand. But our condition is like the earlier two screwdrivers. What will he do? He will discard us. So what is to be done then by us? Be a fit instrument. Physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually and spiritually. Then he will select us. And what is to be got done through us is his business, not ours. Discover this. This is not outside, friends, anywhere. See, in our life, if we cheat and deceive the most, is to ourselves, not to others. And a self-deception creates a fictitious personality. See, friends, in the old age, there are two problems which old people face. One problem is, Kimahagam sadhuna karavam. When I was young, why I did not go the right way? Kimaham papam akaravamiti, Taittiriya Upanishad tells this. Why did I do those wrong things when I was young? Now in the old age, all our misgivings, shortcomings, they start surfacing. And we have to live 24 hours a day. When we were young, we had no time for anything. Busy. But now, every day we get up and there is nothing to do, nowhere to go. Then you start remembering, when I was there, I went there, I remember that person, I should not have cheated him, he lost everything because of me. I don't know where he must be now. And those dead bodies start surfacing in life. See, friends, therefore, let us not have this wrong notion that spirituality means a spiritual makeup. See, if you study Bhagavad Gita, nowhere it is mentioned what is the spiritual makeup of a devotee. Okay. Put on colored clothes like us, become a Swami. We are tailor-made Swamis. See, friends, on one tailor shop, one of my friends, he has got a good tailor shop. He has put a beautiful board. God created man, we create a gentleman. Very true. It's very true. See? So we are tailor-made. A real devotee is defined by Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirhankaraha. That is the real devotee. But for us, devotee means have the makeup, color change. Normal people put on shoes, you put on the wooden shoes. Why? You are a Swami. Normal people nicely shave, clean and all that, you become weird. Why? You are a Swami. Normal people have nice head, you put a .com. Hey, Swami. Friends, we deceive ourselves the most. We have to be most sincere to ourselves. See? And that sincerity will come only through wisdom. There is no other way. See? If we had that wrong notion, no, I go to temple and I donate 10 paisa every day, it has nothing to do with your spiritual growth. See? We have to change inside. The other day I was telling them a story. Once I had nothing to eat, so I took a ball and I wanted to beg money. So first of all, I went to a church. So sat outside. After the service was over, I thought somebody will come and give me something. Nobody came. My God, lunch time is coming. Morning service has gone. Nobody has given me. I got frustrated. Went to a mosque and a huge crowd. I was so happy, so many, at least, 1% even thinks, I'll get a lot of money. The whole crowd walked over me, nobody gave me one pay. Oh God, then I went to a temple. And all colorful people going and all that, ornaments and all, godly makeup and everything, and sitting outside. And nobody gave me one rand, nothing. I got so disgusted, angry, frustrated. I went to a pub and sat outside and closed my eyes. I didn't ask God. Simply closed my eyes and sat. Within half an hour, my ball was full. I shouted at God, "Why did you give your wrong address?" Hey friends, we have to change ourselves. Whether we have changed or not, we will not know. People will start observing change in us. See, like a small girl, when she is growing, she doesn't know. People around her start knowing, oh, she is now growing up. She doesn't know she is growing. Exactly the same way, the spiritual fragrance of our life starts coming out of us without our knowledge. And the spiritual fragrance is, you are at peace with yourself. A person who is at peace with himself, he is at peace with the whole world. Bhagavad Gita says, Nasti buddhi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kutas sukham. A person who is not at peace with himself or herself, how can he or she be ever happy? Can somebody say, I'm extremely disturbed, but I'm very happy? No. And a happy person is a creative energy, not a destructive one. See, friends, just an example. Imagine, this is just an example. I go and tell my girlfriend, therefore I am repeating just an example. I am saved from that calamity. So I go and tell her, honey, darling, I am so happy today. I tell you, I just want to cut you into pieces. A happy person cannot be destructive. A miserable person cannot be constructive. See, you watch in your own life. This is how I have learnt everything. It's not from the books. Bhagavan has created this world for a time pass, for fun. See? Will you like any movie or a drama which has no thrill? See, one boy comes in a garden, one girl comes in the same garden. Both are useless, unemployed, unemployable. They only can go to garden. Who has time to go to garden? So they look at each other and they fall in love. And then they go to the parents. He goes to her parents, she goes to his parents, and they say, we want to get married. And both the parents, okay, get married. Drama over. Will it run? On the contrary, if the drama is, this boy comes, this girl comes, and then one Gabbar Singh comes, one villain comes, and then the villain tries to tease that girl. And then this boy, he becomes, a great fighter. And dishing, and the director is watching. Another 2 minutes, continue. So 2 minutes the fighting continues. And then that boy gets a hit over here, blood starts coming. And then the director says to the villain, you go now, he goes away. Now this girl, she will take her sari and tear. And they tie like Sai Baba. Maja aa raha na? God has created this world for fun. You are unnecessarily serious. And for that fun, what he has done, he brings two opposite poles together. If two anodes are brought together, there cannot be electricity. If only cathodes are brought together, no, anode and cathode both are required. See? So the man and the woman, they are brought together and they are exactly of opposite nature. They cannot be same nature. So, constantly fight goes on. In one place, in I think Assam, I was in somebody's house, food, everything was over, and that man, he told me, Swamiji, I pray my wife will listen to you. I said, what happened? You come. He took me to his bedroom. At least half a dozen places, the combs were kept with all the hair in that. He said, see Swamiji. I said, okay, I lifted one comb, started cleaning. No, you don't clean. I said, you're showing me, so I had to clean it. He said, no, this is what my wife does. How many times I told her, clean your comb and keep in a place. But she is so lethargic, lazy. You tell her at least. So people don't give us food free. There is nothing like free dinner in this world. They get our work done. Then I said, Mama, there is a complaint lodged against you, FIR, come quickly. And she was very nice. No sharp edges. And she came and with lot of pan in her mouth. I had to understand what she is talking. So when she was talking, I kept my hand in front of my face. Otherwise spray will come. And then I said, Mama, you are leaving the things like this here. He doesn't like it. Why don't you clean it? Such a simple thing. There will be peace in your house. She said, wait a minute. There only from the window she... And with her sari only she cleaned it. Then she said, Swamiji, don't worry about him. He is jealous. What jealous? I have got such luxurious hair. He is bald. And therefore he is jealous. So don't worry about him. You take him lightly. She is telling me, take him lightly. What a fun it is, isn't it? God has created this world for fun. Don't take it seriously. See, friends, then you will see you have discovered happiness. Then you don't depend on anything or anybody in this world for seeking happiness. Like the small children, they have discovered happiness. They are happy in silly things. For us, it is the other way around. If somebody is happy, we ask, "Arey Gupta ji, kya baat hai? You are very happy today." That means if he is miserable, it is normal. If he is happy, there is surprise. Come on, how come you are happy? See, once I was in some place, a big society, about 8-10 buildings, and they had some function. I was supposed to speak to them. Like the huge hall, at least 2,000 people, all age group, oldie sitting in the front and like that. And my lecture was like that. I was sitting, and both sides there were steps. And when I was talking, from one side, one small child must have learned climbing the steps for the first time. So he saw the steps there. He was so happy. I was giving talk, people were listening, but this child came and started climbing the steps. 5, 6 of them. He climbed. And he was so happy about his own performance. He stood showing to the audience, "See, I could climb." And again he got down. But he could not get down as he wanted. So, lying down one by one backside, again he climbed. And he was enjoying that. There was one oldie, 80 not out, sitting in front. He scolded, "Hey, don't do like that. Get away from here." I said, "Uncle, why are you scolding him? He is enjoying. Let him enjoy. Do you want to climb the steps? There are steps there also." Why become serious? Don't become serious in life. Becoming serious in life is insult to God. Be sincere. Differentiate between sincerity and seriousness. Have you seen any of our gods serious? But there also people ask us questions. I mean, when Bhagwan Rama is there, Sita ji is there, he is always with that, the bow and arrow. Yes. Shivji is there, Parvati is there, he is always with the Trishul. Yes. When Bhagwan Krishna is there, Radha ji is there, he is with the flute. Why? I say, you don't know. Simple thing. Rama is with the wife, so he has to protect himself. Therefore, Shiva is with his wife, therefore he has to protect himself. Trishul is there. Bhagwan Krishna is with Radha, she is not his wife. Friends, don't find out a reason to be happy. Be happy for no reason. You have discovered happiness within. Don't seek outside. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.